I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Salute, and welcome. Welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now, so we're getting deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. Oh, yeah, family. Y'all knew I was going to dive into this one. Oh, yeah, we got to discuss it. Got to discuss it in case you haven't heard or you live under a rock. I'm pretty sure you've heard about old Millie Mill jumping bad and joining the I'ma defend Fat Joe and all the Latinos and Tilda Train. We going to handle that tonight because, believe it or not, it's a much bigger problem than Millie Mill. We have to discuss exactly what you see in the title and the thumbnail, cultural integrity versus cowardly dishonor. Because if you look back in history, that has cost our people quite a great deal over the years. It has cost many different kingdoms and nations a great deal. But we're going to be dealing with Black American culture over here, foundational Black American freedmen culture, especially at this hour of our history. We cannot afford to take these things lightly or to act as if we saw something and then we're not going to call it out for exactly what it is. Now, I know a lot of other people have spoken on this. They have their own way of addressing it. I'm going to have mine, okay? So y'all already know what type of broadcast is about to be. Now that we've gotten the gist of that out of the way, let me scroll over here, read my esteemed guests. Let me make sure I can scroll up and see everybody that's in here. I see BX Boss 456. Tanisha Murdoch is in the building. Let's see. I see Derek Parker in here. Scylla T, Chris MC, what's going on? Theater of the Absurd, Seven Scales, D. Foster, Jesse Paris. Only Pamela's Way is in here. Let's see. Bruce, what's going on? Ruvi, RF. I'm going to start calling you RL because I'll be forgetting how to pronounce your name, brother. Ruviencia, I think I got that right. The Lone Wolf Effect, what's going on? Let's see. Jason Ferreira, salute and welcome to all of you and anybody else who be joining us in attendance here tonight. I think that's everybody. So, first and foremost, give me a black fist in the chat or a black thumbs up if you can hear me loud and clear. Audio is coming in fine. Sound off. Let me know. Okay? Waiting on confirmation because unlike a lot of other people, I can actually be about to look in my chat room, okay? Y'all just don't believe how many content creators just refuse to look at their chat room. Hey, to each his own, but we don't do that over here. Okay? All right, good deal. I'm seeing some people say they can hear me. What's going on, Dad Miller TV? I see you, brother. Sister Stuns is in here. All right. Good deal. Glad y'all can hear me loud and clear because it doesn't matter what I hear, it matters what you hear. And sometimes I notice, even if you do your own sound checks ahead of time, there can be discrepancies on the other end. Sometimes you can try to tell people about that, but people that think they know everything, hey, you can't tell them that. Anyway, furthermore, I hope all of you are staying warm, okay, if you are caught up the path of this snowstorm here, Enzo, running wild, okay, trying to freeze everything, you're back to the damn ice age. Please stay warm, please stay safe. Don't take chances out there on these roads with this ice on it. Don't be stupid, okay, because look, I'm going to tell you right now, the tail end of the year, from Christmas to New Year, a lot of people don't make it on over to the New Year. Then once they do get in, when certain things like this occur, they'll do every stupid thing under the sun to make sure that they don't have a long 2025. Okay? Don't be one of them people, all right? Be smart out here, okay? So that way you can have a long and prosperous 2025 and beyond. Now, we're definitely going to get into the sponsorship here tonight because it actually fits with what we're going to be discussing. Let me just go ahead and give my disclaimer ahead of time. We don't do celebrity worship over here. We turn sacred cows into flame broiled hamburgers over here. That's exactly what we're going to do tonight because this right here, somebody got to stand up and call this out for what it is and say what need to be said about it. Not saying other people haven't, but I'm going to point some things out about why this isn't a benign thing, why this isn't just a matter of opinion and, oh, well, that's just how they feel. No. We're going to break all that down from the A-road to the zero tonight. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and throw this sponsor up here. And right after we let this play, we're going to get down to brass tacks.
Hey, ¿qué onda? What's up, Cinebuster? Hey, what's up, Apple Joe? Hey homie, what are we going to do about the one last genre that hasn't been co-opted or stolen from foundational black Americans?
You mean hip-hop, man?
See, I mean, a lot of the true legends and creators have died off, and now would be a good time to control the narrative.
You got a point, man. You know what? I'm going to say that Jamaicans invented hip-hop.
Hombre, that's such a blatant lie. I don't think they would go for that one. What if I said black and Latinos invented hip-hop 50-50? We can always lie and say that they got it from us later on.
Hey, why don't we do a race to see who can get his lie in the official record books?
You're on. Vámonos. Hey, slow down. How are you running that fast?
Have you ever heard of Usain Bolt? You never stood a chance. Almost there. There is no way I'm going to lose to Apple Joe. Yo, Apple Joe, where did you get that? No fair, man.
I just got a shoe and book deal, ironically around the time I started promoting this lie. Now I might be able to beat you.
Oh,
Ay,
no.
caramba!
Stop the lies and put some respect on our culture.
But that's all, fools.
Hey, shout out to our good brother Black Truth United. That's who put that together, family. Very talented animator there. That brother is very talented. I'm trying to push him to make sure he does a lot more with his talent than that. That brother's very funny, very brilliant young man too. And he has integrity, unlike a lot of people that we're about to discuss here tonight. So let me just get into a couple of other things that a lot of people have been talking about and have been asking me about, because yes, we know that the orange man is in office. And as someone said earlier in the chat room, it's time to get the deportation started. Oh, I'm trying to tell you, call ICE and call them more than twice. Yes, that's right. It's time to get all illegals back up out of here and send them back to where they belong. Oh, boy. Y'all thought other people was petty. Just wait till the stream that I got coming, where I'm going to start reporting on some of the latest things that the orange man has gotten done, because I got to give him credit. So far, he is off to a start of keeping his word. We'll see if that lasts, but there's been a lot of things going on. As you heard of Vivek Ramaswamy, or as I call him, Swami the Dummy. Okay, he's been kicked out because running his mouth, trying to go overboard, thinking that he's in Club White, and he ran his mouth too hard about the white folks. Yes, I saw Elon Musk, okay, another immigrant. And technically, you could say illegal at one point because he did overstay his student visa over here. But I saw his goofball, a.k.a. air quotes, Roman salute. That was really a Nazi salute. Let's just call it what it is. That's going to get him out the paint, too, because, see, this is the thing about the Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy's, and the Myron Gaines, okay, a.k.a. Amaral Foodle, the little Sudanese poodle. That's what I call him. They think that when they come over here, they're being bold because they're going against the grain, and they think that they're saying stuff that other white supremacists don't know how to say or won't say or are afraid to say, when they don't understand the system over here. White supremacy is based on subtlety, not coming out and being too loud, because, see, what they don't get is that makes them a liability. You understand? Because they know that if they press us too hard and go too far with that shit, we will turn up at the drop of a dime on their goofy asses. But see, Elon Musk, an Afrikaner, okay, Vivek Ramaswamy, East Indian, and then Myron Gaines, the Sudanese poodle, they don't understand that. And see, Trump, okay, because let's call it what it is. Biden's a white supremacist, Trump's a white supremacist. We got it. Both parties, all right? That's where both parties will come together to get rid of their liabilities. So expect Elon Musk to be gone not too long from now, because, you know, they can try to spin it all they want. And then I need to point this out as well before we get started with tonight's subject matter. To go to show you that when, you know, some of the white supremacists jump out and they try to play hot potato between them and the small hat people, shall we say, we don't ever separate them. Those of us that are intelligent over here in the black grassroots, we don't separate them because they're all Caucasian. They're all classified as white. They're on the same team. Family, did you see when the ADL put out a statement basically with the cape on for Elon Musk defending his air quotes Roman salute? Yeah. What did we tell y'all? That religion does not come between the main overarching primary religion of white supremacy. Don't be separating the small hats and them Caucasians. They're on the same page because the ADL of all things, remember when Kyrie Irving, our brother, simply tweeted a link, no caption over it, no suggestions, anything. They came at this man like he was everything but a child of God. Then you have this jackass South Africana up here doing full Nazi salutes. They're going to have to get rid of him because he's doing too much. He's doing too much. And mark my words, you're like, damn, G-Bitch, you called that shit. Many of us already knew Vivek wasn't going to last too long because he was too anxious. See, you got to understand what we always tell y'all. It's not the people that's in the gang that you need to fear the most. It's the ones that want to be a part of the gang because they're going to go out the way to do any and everything to prove themselves to their fellow gang members or whatever club they're trying to join. In this case, the loudmouths, look, they got to get rid of them, man, because they doing too much. See, you need to understand that in America, when it comes to the system of white supremacy and the way it's run over here, they've invested a lot of money into entertainment to keep us distracted, sports, religious, politics that they play, the misuse of religion, should I say, okay? And, of course, they got your politics or politricks, as some of us like to say, because y'all saw that, you know, they get everybody and their mama at each other's throats and not speaking to each other and all this, that, and the third. Then you see Trump and Obama sitting there kikiing and cacaing with each other like everything cool. See, I really wish some of y'all got to see what those of us that have worked in executive security or run our own security firms get to see with a lot of these celebrities and politicians. Man, it's not what y'all think, man. It really isn't. They play you. You really don't understand. These people are best fucking friends, man. They put on that political theater in front of the general public, but behind closed doors, man, they kicking it with each other. I'm trying to tell you what I know, not what I think, okay? So it's going to be some interesting developments in 2025. And again, like I always say, I don't give a damn about either party. Y'all know I've never told you to vote for one party or the other. All they are tools to me. I don't give a damn about none of them or none of what they got going on. I don't want no recognition from them. I'm not trying to be buddy with them. I'm not starstruck by none of them. All I give a fuck about is what you're going to do for me and my people. That's it. That's it. Business. That's it. And that's the smart way to look at politics. No permanent friends, no permanent enemies. It's all about advancing our agenda and getting things done for our people. So the last thing I'll address here before we get into tonight's broadcast and the meat of our subject matter, a lot of people making a big deal about Snoop Dogg and Nelly and Soulja Boy. Let me tell you why I stand on it. First and foremost, the people that's in their feelings about it and getting their feelings hurt, that should teach you a lesson, or this should teach you a lesson that maybe you need to look at yourself and see how high do you place these damn celebrities on pedestals in your life. Think about it. They don't advocate for our causes. Their job is to be entertainers. So they were hired to do a job and they went and performed. You understand? So I ain't got no smoke for them. That's what they do. In other words, let me put it to you this way, okay? I'm going to give it to you in a way where most people have probably not said it, all right? I'm going to make this crystal clear. It can't get no more clear than this, all right? The celebrities, the celebrity class period, I'm talking about all of them, even the black ones. Think of them as prostitutes, okay? A prostitute goes to the highest bidder. You understand? It ain't personal with her or him because you got both. It's all about who's paying the biggest bag. You understand? Think about it. I really got to drill down on this for the people that's in their feelings about this. Because again, this should make you look in the mirror and say, have I been placing celebrities on a pedestal that they shouldn't be on? Who in here in their right mind? And I'm not advocating for it, but I'm using this as an example. Who in here in their right mind, if you went and decided to go deal with a prostitute, okay, male or female, which one of you will fall in love with that prostitute and think they're going to be loyal to you? Knowing that it's a transactional relationship. Do you see where I'm going with this? They're entertainers. It's their job to perform. Whoever paying them the biggest bag, that's where they going, okay? Now, yes, I see the hypocrisy in people. They want to criticize Snoop and Nelly and Soulja Boy, but they ain't had no smoke for Meg Thee Stallion, Glorilla, and all the rest of them jackasses, okay? I'm saying if you're going to criticize one, criticize the other. Keep it even across the board, all right? That's where I stand with that, all right? Now, when it comes to that particular issue, also, you need to understand another thing when it comes to the entertainers. All you got to do is just look at their track record of flip-flopping on stuff, whether it's the comedians, the actors, the artists, the musicians, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They always flip-flop on things. Why would you think that they're going to show some type of permanent stance when that's not in them to do? You got to look at the industry they're in. The industry they're in, they cut each other's throats all the time to get from one position to the next. What make you think they're going to be loyal to you that's not really putting any money in their pocket like that? You understand? Does that make sense, family? So for anybody that's listening under the sound of my voice and you feeling some type of way about that, ask yourself that question. Why would they be loyal to you? Now, if you're serious about it, here's a suggestion for you. If you're serious about it, if you really don't like the fact that Snoop Dogg and Soulja Boy and whoever you want to name went to perform for whichever politician, be it Command or Trump, here's a question for you. How serious are you about it? Are you ready to stop supporting any and everything they do? Because if you're not, what are you complaining for? What are you complaining for? The same people that's mad will go and buy concert tickets or be the same groupies that's trying to get in line to see if they can get close to Nelly, Snoop Dogg, Soulja Boy, whoever. So if you one of them people, shut the fuck up. You ain't serious about a damn thing. Huh? Really? That's the bottom line on that, okay? So now, everybody want to know what I thought about that? There you have it. But family, tonight, we gonna get on this sellout Millie Mill. Oh yeah. Now see, first of all, we go ahead and get the disclaimer out. My critique of him is not to take shots at anybody else that has addressed this. Not telling them how to address it. Would never do that. You know, I don't play them games trying to tell other people how to run their platforms, okay? Everybody got their own thought process and opinions and takes on things. They're entitled to it, just like I'm entitled to mine. Okay, so I just want to make sure I get that clear. Now, I want to play something for y'all because if you don't know, again, to let you know what we're going to be dealing with, Millie Mill came out and made some flip-floppy statements. Now, full disclosure, yes, he was in Microphone Check and my good brother Tariq Nasheed's excellent documentary that tells the real story of hip-hop. No matter what type of flip-flopping he does, the truth is already out there from his own mouth for as his part that, you know, in the documentary. Now, as many of you that are probably listening to this broadcast live recorded, you contributed to it. I did as well. Okay, you can definitely see my name at the end credits along with the other contributors to the film to get the project launched. So here's where I'm coming from for anybody that has any problem with what I'm saying. Damn it, wherever you put your money, you have the right to critique, okay? And since I contributed to the project, I have a right to critique Millie Mill or anybody else that was in the damn thing, all right? Especially they start that Sambo shit. Let me say this to you. For the young men under the sound of my voice, let me talk to you. The reason why this is bigger than hip hop and it's beyond just this one person, because it's not just Millie Mill himself. This is a problem with that old ass, I'm going here, boomer sellout generation. And I also give my generation, Generation X, this moniker, this admonition, okay, this admonition. We must not make the same mistakes that the boomers have made with us and the culture, period, okay? The reason why this country as a whole is fucked up, even though black people are not running it, is the remainder of the silent generation and them boomers. A lot of boomers don't like to hear that, but goddamn it, prove me wrong. They fucked up and squandered resources, and they sit up here and try to hold on to power with archaic, outdated mindsets. They can't get fresh new ideas. The political class in particular, when I'm saying this, they literally try to die in office, whether it's Republican or Democrat. They won't move the fuck out the way and let the young people come into power, which are the future, okay? Any wise group of people tries to train their youth to take the reins of power because that's where the future is headed with the young, okay? The elderly are supposed to be there to guide the young along the way, but you're not supposed to sit there and try to stay in power like that and literally die in a damn political office. So when it comes to Gen X, we have to be mindful that we don't turn into what the boomers are now, okay? To the millennials and Gen Z and, generations coming out there. We're supposed to be their biggest cheerleaders, there for guidance and support, and whatever else they need to help them along the way. We're not supposed to be critiquing them and telling them what they can and can't do. Because, see, the other thing I want to mention briefly here is the TikTok situation. That's the other thing I meant to tell y'all about. I'm going to go ahead and give you my take on that now before we get started. A lot of people, and this pissed me off about my generation. Yeah, I'm finna get on Gen X for a minute because I saw a couple of them doing this shit in my generation. And if I see it, I'm going to call the shit out. There's plenty of Black American content creators on TikTok, right? Now, I saw some Gen Xers. Of course, the damn boomers, they're going to do what they do. We expected of them at this point. It don't even need to be critiqued on them. They always going to be on the wrong side of things. But I saw some damn Gen Xers, since we the eldest of the modern day generations, telling young Black people in particular, well, get a job, get a real job. Let me tell y'all something right now. Even the shit that I don't agree with, like OnlyFans, a real fucking job is whatever that pays your bills, especially if it's not illegal. You understand? Let me talk to these Gen Xers, you know what I'm saying, while I'm on this before we get started here. You Gen Xers that's saying that to these young people, especially young Black folks, man, fuck you and everything you stand for. That's disgusting, man. How dare you when these young people are in the worst economic situation we've ever had, where they can't just on their own move out and complete the rite of passage of getting their first place to stay, their own apartment, and holding it down with one job. They got to have 2, 3, 4 roommates, 2, 3, 4 jobs. So you goddamn right. I salute any young person under the sound of my voice. If you find a way to get off this fucking hamster wheel, you ain't hurting nobody, man, you damn right. I support that. I support that. And then as far as people that have families, hey, listen, man, a lot of older people going to have to accept the changing of the guard in society has always happened throughout history. Yes, when the pandemic hit, a lot of businesses shut down and they ain't coming back. So now if you a human being and you got to survive, you don't just sit there with your head in your hands, you figure something else out. And for a lot of young people, content creation on TikTok was their way out. It allowed them to provide a roof over their head and, feed themselves, put clothes on their back. Some people take care of their families with that. Why the fuck would you hate on somebody like that or be happy if you thought that their source of income was going away? Now, I will say this to the young people. Use that as a lesson, because unless you have your own app or website that's subscription based, you cannot count on these platforms that we do not own. So I hope that teaches a lot of the young people to listen and diversify. Don't ever think that something's going to be around forever. These things could change at any minute, or they could change a rule at any minute. Who's to say that TikTok is going to be the same now that it is reinstated, at least for the time being, okay? So that would be my only critique or admonition to the young people. But again, for Gen Xers and any other generation that's sitting there criticizing young people like that, man, fuck you and everything you stand for once again. That's some foul, disgusting shit to do, okay? It really is. Because, see, think about it this way. For anybody that's like, man, you tripping, okay? I got something for you. For the people that like to always talk about, oh, my God, the crime, this, oh, y'all need to stop doing this. Okay, let's just say TikTok or whatever shut down and that was the avenue for young people to make money. Now, if they stop doing that or that was the avenue and they start jacking you, carjacking you, robbing you wherever they catch you, oh, now you complain about crime. Man, the young people out here in the streets, they ought to get us. You see what I'm saying? Learn when to shut the fuck up and support the youth, goddammit. Yeah, so that's where I'm going with. I bet y'all ain't never heard nobody say it like that before. But see, I'm always stand on the side of the young people when they're trying to do something that's right, especially if they're trying to make a way. Hell, that's the whole goal. Shit, at least today, if they can figure out a way to earn a living without having to punch somebody's clock, that's entrepreneurship, whether you like what they do or not. Look, like I said, y'all know I'm the biggest critic of OnlyFans because of what it does to our young women. But am I going to sit here and tell them that that's not a real job? I mean, if they paying their bills with it, yes, it is. You ain't got to like it. See, I'm a person, I can use my common sense and just call things for what it is, okay? So now that we got that out the way, and like I said, this part was going to make me sound like somewhat of a hater. I'm like, hell, if you were going to cancel anything, get rid of that fucking OnlyFans, okay? I mean, I'm just saying if they was going to do it. But again, I don't really want nobody censored like that, especially not with something like TikTok, okay? And I'll get into that further in another broadcast. But tonight, family, I'm going to go ahead and play this little blast from the past here because in case you don't know who this weird-looking motherfucker is right here, this is Grandmaster Millie Mill. Let's be clear. No matter my critique of him tonight, he is a certified legend in the game, okay? He has stamped his cement, has cemented his stamp on the nameplate and the history books of hip-hop. No matter what we think of the cooning and buffooning he's doing now, he's in there, okay? The man has legendary status. However, the problem is, even if you have legendary status and we hold you in high regard, when you start undercutting our people and cutting our throats and selling us out, we don't owe it to you to sit there and allow you to do that. You will be challenged, you will be checked, and you will be stopped, okay? You will be stopped. We're not going to sit here and allow that to be because you teach the future generation that it's okay to tolerate a turncoat or a traitor, especially if somebody is selling us out for interracial sexual access. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go there tonight, or I'm going there. We're going to go all the way in. So I want you to listen here what I'm about to play for you. I want you to listen what Grandmaster Millie Mill was saying back in his younger years, okay? Then we're going to take you to what he's saying today.
Around, but until it came out of the ghetto, that's when they put the name rap on it. Like if you study a lot of recordings or little commercials or jingles, just like fairy tales and nursery rhymes is a rhyme in a form of a rap, but it didn't take on that form until, it came from out of the ghetto, like, a lot of the brothers, and they started rapping and they called it rap just to have something to call it. But, it was always there, and that's why it always be there, It ain't like it was something that just came up. It just became commercial, but rapping was always around, so it was all that space, but they just added the name from it coming from out of the streets.
Okay, well, y'all able to hear everything that he was saying loud and clear, family? Everybody able to hear everything he was saying loud and clear? Now, you heard him say hip-hop came from the brothers. I see my brother Dad Miller TV. He said, I know his hot call were millions. That boy slick. Yeah, man, he had it slick down, man. Oh, boy, my chat room will be on one, man. But, hey, listen, I hope y'all was able to hear him because he said, started by the brothers and the sisters. And now when we use that term, think about it. No matter who tries to emulate that today, when you say brothers and sisters, you're talking about black folks, particularly Foundation of Black American Freedom, because we're really the only people that really call each other that, okay? Other people, that's one thing I noticed. Not too many other groups will emulate that because they find that strange. But see, those are familial terms. And we know why we call each other brother and sister, okay? Because see, coming out of Jim Crow and coming on into, the civil rights era, 60s, 70s on forward, hey, man, that was a term where you greet each other, let each other know, okay, I acknowledge you, I see you, I got your back, brother or sister, which is why I don't call everybody by that, because that's an earned, honorable title, and you have to maintain that with dignity and honor and carry yourself like a member of the Foundational Black American Freedmen family, okay, or the extended family. For those that are non-FBA, if I call you my brother or my sister, that means I'm acknowledging you as a part of our family, okay, in blackness, all right? So that's something that's unique to us, all right, and the way that we use it, all right? So now, you heard what Millie Mill had to say, and then, lo and behold, boy, I'm going to tell you why I'm really happy that he said it, because, see, again, make no mistake, I am not angry. Y'all know what my stance is on things. I tell you that I want people to come out and let us know where they stand, what their beliefs really are. I don't want anybody censored, whether I agree with them or not. I want it all on the table so that way everybody knows where everybody stands. We know how to deal with one another, okay? That's the best way. Deal with each other in truth. This is why you don't see me panicking about the orange man being in there or any politician, okay? I prefer to deal with what's real. All right. When you have the truth in front of you, you can organize accordingly from there. Now, Millie Mill was in the documentary Microphone Check, telling the true history. And then all of a sudden, come to find out, anybody that's cool with Fat Joe says, because see, first of all, let's deal with that. Shout out to my good brother, Tariq Nasheed, for putting the project out, but they thought the documentary was going to fail. And, a lot of people keep talking about the hashtag FBA or the FBA like it's a group instead of just our lineage. You had a lot of goofballs, and I ain't going to name a whole bunch of names, but a lot of them know who they are. And I remember having conversations with these people telling me they think that, FBA was just something online. I'm like, okay. And I told those individuals, I say, you going to see, just wait. And lo and behold, y'all see the progress that we have made with this movement and knowledge in our lineage. We made the Democrat Party crash and burn. We've gotten a lot of things accomplished, okay, over the course of this movement since we really started delineating and recognizing who we are as a people and respecting ourselves. Because, see, when you get your culture organized and you respect yourself, that's where you start to realize what kind of power you really have as a people, okay? So now that we fast forward to where we are today, a lot of people have no choice but to acknowledge that, oh, no, we are not some hashtag. You have major media outlets now referring to us by our lineage, okay? Foundational Black Americans or freedmen. Some people put it all together. That's the most airtight term you can use, foundational Black American freedmen, okay? And see, don't worry, the next step is to get that recognized, okay, on the census and everything else, because that African American term is a misnomer. Hell, Elon Musk is an African American, all right? And then that's true. I mean, a lot of people think you're being a smart ass by that, but just look at, by the law, if somebody comes from Africa and they immigrate over here legally, they're classified as African American. We talking about the law. We ain't talking about what you like, don't like, oh, they ain't really this. No, we talking about what's under the law. Okay? So even though he's a Afrikaner, white, you know what I'm saying, as alabaster, he's classified as an African American. Okay? Because he came from the continent of Africa and now he's an American citizen. Okay? See, we deal with real over here. We don't deal with feelings and what we wish things were. You have to deal with reality if you're going to make any type of progress or solve any type of problems. Okay. So now with Millie Mel here, Mr. Sellout, because I'm going to call him what he is, him. I'm going to name some names that's going to make some people mad. Rakim, we sitting over there talking about Eminem is the greatest to ever do it. And I've told y'all before, no matter what legendary status somebody has, if we, the people of our lineage, say, hey, you, brother or sister, you are the greatest. You represent the best that's ever done it. We give you that title. Your ass don't have the right to bestow it on anybody else. We, your people, said you are the best to do this. We choose you as the standard. So Rakim or anybody else, you don't have the right to crown somebody else, especially outside of our lineage and race, as the best to ever do it. And then look, if you gonna do it, Eminem, and I'm gonna piss some people off tonight. I told you, this is what we do over here. If you was to say that Eminem is not no fantastic rapper like that, I don't care. Look, rhyming and actually rapping with substance is two different things. Case in point, a lot of people get in their feelings when you say this. A lot of them are fanboys and they worship these motherfuckers. But see, I got a question for you. Got a question. Here's my question. Compare any album or any song that Eminem has ever done to our lyrical greats like Tupac, even non-NBA brothers like Biggie. Okay, we ain't talking about whether you personally like them or not. We talking about lyrical content. LL Cool J. Okay, we talking about the greats. Big Daddy Kane. See, when you start naming these outsiders, you got to look at hip hop for what it really is. Not just can somebody rhyme and say some goofball shit. Where is the lyrical intelligence that applies to something going on in the community, going on in the world, or even if you're just talking about entertainment? For example, who here in their right frame of mind would tell me that if you say Eminem is one of the greats, you're going to tell me you can put him head to head with anybody in the Wu-Tang Clan or or Twister or E40, you telling me he gonna hold his own? We talking about a battle rap now. Bar for bar. You telling me he gonna go head to head with the game? Come on now. See, I like to make my people think. You see what I'm saying? So see, when you really start to break things down and make people think like I just did, you see how absurd and how foolish that sounds when you try to put Eminem anywhere, even he ain't even in the top 20. Yeah, I said it. Not even the top 20. You a goofball white boy that Dr. Dre and Snoop now figured out, okay, this is the great white cash cow, and we can make some money with you. And you got put in a position that you really didn't belong in. That goofball shit when he first came out, I was never rocking with him back in the 90s when he came out. So I'm like, man, this crap ain't hip hop. This is pop garbage. That's what that is. And that's exactly what he is today. Garbage. See, we got to start cleaning out the trash here, and that starts with black men, foundational black American freedmen men, which is why we finna go ahead and deal with this Melly Mel situation. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start playing what he said. And I'm going to be stopping this to break this down the way it need to be broke down. And we're going to point out what the problems is with everything that he's saying. Let's get started. And before we do, I want to show you this picture. Take a good look at this, okay? Now, y'all remember when Eminem went at Melly Mel, calling himself trying to diss him. Now, regardless of my critique of him tonight, which is going to be scathing, and rightly so, regardless of my critique of him, he is a legend in the game. Eminem, and I'm going to say it the way some Sambo-ass niggas don't want to say it, and yes, I said niggas. Yes, I did. I'm going to say it the way some Sambo-ass niggas don't want to say it. Eminem is a white boy. White boy. Beyond that, your ass is a guest in our cultural house. I don't give a fuck what problem you had with Melly Mel. Boy, who are you to diss any of our legends? See, I know where some people gonna go, oh man, that's what hip hop all about. Let me tell you something. See, this is the problem. And this is where you need black men like myself that are not afraid to step up and say, let's put some order back in this shit in our cultural house. Yes, it's hip hop between us. Oh, a lot of people ain't gonna like this because I understand where they're gonna try to come at it from with an artistic standpoint, but you better listen to what I'm telling you. It's hip hop if it's two black people, okay? Even non-LBA, you still black people, okay? When you, a white boy, come in and call yourself gonna get fly in the mouth with our people, hey, Junior, you ain't qualified to do that. Nah, let me go ahead and your credentials as far as being a guest in the house, you just got that revoked. You better show some respect and sit your ass down. Now, for the people that's like, man, you tripping. Hip hop, man, that's what you do. You go at each other. Okay, hold that thought. I'm finna show you something. Because see, you know me, when I raise a point, I'm going to give you food for thought where it's going to be hard for you to argue with me. Watch this. Family, you name any genre, because they got them all from us. Let's be clear. All the music in this country basically was started by our people. Let's go ahead and call it what it is. But the genres that are considered predominantly white, let's start with country. Do you think that there's going to be a black country music artist that can go and disrespect Elvis Presley or even any living country artist that's alive today that they consider one of their greats? Okay, and then the rest of the white community be like, well, you know, that's just what you do in country. He wrote a song, he wrote one back. Can you see that? Or you see where I'm going now, huh? See, I have to do it this way because a lot of our people have just been conditioned that we supposed to accept disrespect from everybody. We supposed to accept things in our culture that they would never tolerate in theirs. Let's take it on outside of the white folks. Okay, well, technically outside because, you know, they're classified as white here. Let's look at any type of Latin music, okay? As far as like, you know, any type of Hispanic music or whatever you want to call it. If a black person was over there in their genres and they was accepted, which none of us are, but if they were, and we started going at whoever they considered some of their greats, would they sit there and say, well, you know, black person got a point there. You know, this is just what we do. You see what I'm saying? See, I'm talking as a foundational black American freedman man that's in his right frame of mind. I don't kiss anybody's ass. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, okay, I don't see certain things that are disrespectful because see, particularly with these white boys, like this goofball on the right-hand side of the screen, Eminem, when you let them take an inch, They will not stop. They keep on going. They keep on going to the point that we get a fucking Fat Joe. Oh, yeah, we going to make this stick over here tonight. You see what I'm saying? See, I'm telling you something. The one thing that you're going to learn about coming over here to this platform, I am not afraid to call a spade and set things the way it need to be set. If we're going to be serious about tightening up our culture and securing our cultural house, we got to have a zero tolerance standard. We got to be exclusive and stop being inclusive. We got ourselves into this situation by the people that was representing the culture being too damn inclusive. Instead of saying, whoa, that's cool, you all right, but you can't be a part of this because other groups don't allow us in their shit. And rightly so. I don't expect them to. Around the world, there's things in different cultures where they will let you partake of it and observe it. But as far as you being in the middle of it, no, that's not for you. But see, when it comes to us, we supposed to be the people that, hip hop is for everybody. No, it's not. No, it's not. Everybody can listen to it, but you don't own it. You see, a lot of people miss that when people say hip hop is for everybody. A lot of y'all probably thought that people meant anybody can listen to it. Of course, anybody can listen to it. No, the underlying meaning, as you see now, when they say hip hop is for everybody, they meant as far as the ownership and creation of it. See, I was one of the people that was saying this years ago before all this stuff started. And boy, was I ever unpopular for it. You can go back and check my old tweets going way on back over a decade. I was always a guy like, hey, man, fuck Eminem. And fuck all of them, the Post Malones and all of them. I ain't, nope. You want my respect, and especially one of them folks over there in our culture, you better be damn good. You better be damn good. I don't just give you a pass just because you exotic. See, that's the problem with some of our people. They get tickled as soon as one of them motherfuckers emulate us, and you don't realize that they doing that shit so they can slip in and take ownership of things. Oh, boy, y'all don't hear me, but you going to feel me tonight, though. We go ahead and get into what Millie Mill was saying, and we going to break his ass down.
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the legend king himself, Grandmaster Melly Mel. What I want to try to do is bring some kind of clarity to a situation that's been floating around. And as a matter of fact, just to try to get it off the front page, you want to put, little weirdness on the back page. Now, they got this whole thing going on about, who started hip hop and who, whether Puerto Ricans was the backbone or whether black people was the backbone of the culture. Now, it is no wrong answers. I don't believe in right or wrong answers, but
let me stop this bastard right here. Yeah, I said bastard. First of all, the word belief or believe does not apply to where you have documented history, okay? Which this idiot is a part of. I'm going to say it again. The word belief or believe does not apply where you have documented history on any given thing, especially when he's a living part of it. You see, I want everybody that comes across this broadcast, live or recorded, especially a young person, I want you to look at this face on this screen. A man who is a certified legend in the culture of hip hop, but yet you have no pride in the culture to the point that you're willing to give it away like a punk bitch. That's what you're doing. This is a dishonorable thing. This ain't no benign thing right here, okay? This ain't a matter of opinion because you do not see, and if anybody's ever seen it, I want you to prove me wrong right here on this broadcast. You're free to say whatever you want in my chat room. You show me a white Hispanic artist, a white one, an East Indian, an Arab, okay? Whoever you want to name, an Asian artist, you show me one of them that will sit there and allow one of us to come into their culture and claim ownership of something they created. Show it to me. Where's the counterpart of the Millie Mills and the rest of them that's out here cooning and buffooning because they want to live with some tainted taco snatch that's selling their people out? Where the equivalent at? Oh, yeah, I told you, y'all, I'm going to make you think over here tonight. I may lose some subscribers. I don't give a damn about that. This is a channel that's all about the truth. Show me the equivalent of a Millie Mill that will come out in other cultures and give away their shit. So when it comes to what he's talking about here, that's my first issue with that. You try to add, well, I don't believe it. Nobody give a damn what you believe when something's documented. Either it's true or false. There are right or wrong answers. And look, let's just go ahead, bottom line. Clear it up right now. There's no debate on it anymore. Got the documentary out, microphone check. And before that, we knew what the truth was, but now it's just cemented in history. Damn it. There is a right and wrong answer. The wrong answers are any motherfuckers coming out that are not foundational Black American freedmen saying that they created hip hop or anything with our culture. That is a wrong answer and it is a lie. Hence the term that I coined, Latino, okay? Yeah, that was me. I coined that. Nobody was using that before me. I can prove it too. I can show you the date that it was used. Latinos, mainly, and then the Caribbeans, come on out lying, Busta Rhymes or Busta Slimes, as I call them, come out lying about things. Anybody claiming creation or ownership for hip-hop other than us is a liar. And that is definitely a wrong answer. So no, Millie Mill, you're wrong, Dillis. Let him continue.
His results. Now, this is the bottom line. Now that everybody got their opinion, so now this is my opinion. Is no Black culture, like hip hop is not Black culture. Hip hop is.
You hear this mush mouth, sellout son of a bitch. Hip hop ain't Black culture. Really? So what was he saying when he was young, when he was in his right frame of mind, before he started selling out? You heard what that's why I played that historical clip for a reason. Huh? It don't get any more Black American culture than hip hop. Hip hop ain't Black culture. Who the fuck was running around doing anything? Because even before we started calling it hip hop, who was running around doing any of that before they saw us doing it? Every single group that came in contact with us, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Asians, white folks, whoever, they got that from us. They weren't emulating us in their communities. Hell, their own people with their racist asses wasn't even allowing that. That was something to be frowned upon. So the ones that did start coming around, they had to sneak to come around us. Now that's history. That's not a belief or an opinion. That is documented fact. And we're not going to sit here because some jackasses, men or women, want to go lay up with people outside the race to tell lies and shit to make them feel comfortable. Fuck you and everything you stand for. I don't care if you got baby mamas that's outside the lineage or baby daddies or whatever. No, you don't get to give our culture away because you want to go lay up with a motherfucker. That's all this shit is about. Or let me add this on top. You don't get to give away the culture because you pissed away all your fucking money and you didn't save it so you wouldn't have to be out here making a fool out your people. Oh, I'm going there. Let me tell you something. A lot of these artists today are making more money in hip hop and in the record industry than they've ever made. Okay, especially going on shows. That's where they get the lion's share of their money, going on tour. But it's not like they wasn't getting paid decent money back in his time. So if you didn't save your money to the point where now a Fat Joe can come along and he basically got to give you a lifeline to keep your old ass and basically going about what you need to do for your day-to-day life, that's not the rest of our problem. That doesn't mean because you need a way to make it that you get to sell out our people. Nope. That's just not going to happen. See, if you were smart, what you would do, Millie Mill and all the rest of you, you would stay on code, see, watch this. I'm finna give you an idea because see, anything that I critique, I can give a solution for it. Let me show you something. Family, you tell me which would be better. Why would it not be better for him to stay on code, okay, get with the rest of his people, and then say, okay, check this out. How about this? How about all of the legends get together, all of them that's still living, we're going to put together something, man, and we're going to get our own tour going. We're going to come to, and I'm going to show you how this works, because this isn't just something I'm saying. This can actually be implemented. You get your Millie Mills, your Big Daddy Kanes, all the legends that's together, all the people that we respect and love, get them together and say, okay, cool. Now that we got microphone check out, we want to make sure people respect the origins and the essence of hip hop. Here's how we get Black people to support it. You got brothers like DeWan B, huh? Or I'm finna show you how they can do this. Even platforms that I don't agree with. You got plenty of black podcasts and platforms that they can go to and say, hey, man, we putting together this tour. Could you help us promote this, XYZ? You know we come out and support our people. See, Melly Mel, I got to embarrass you. Because, see, the selling out, you don't have to do that. We support our people if you stay on code. Now, I know that a lot of people going to say, well, man, a lot of time it ain't like that. Okay. Again, what are we going to do to change that? See, we got an opportunity to fix that right now. This is why y'all often hear me shout out my brother, Dewan B, because that's one of the most talented and educated brothers as far as anything regarding any kind of music, not just hip hop or our music. You sit down and talk to that brother, man. That man can school you chatting and verse on the origins of all types of different kinds of music. That's his thing. That's his wheelhouse. One of them, anyway. The brother's multi-talented. And I'm going to keep saying it. As long as we got a Dewan B, the hell with Adam 22 and Vlad TV, man. It shouldn't be no black artists going over to them when you got this brother out here in the game like that. You understand? So now, like I said, if a lot of legends got together and started hitting up these podcasts, man, that would launch a whole new career for them, man. They would be eating it as long as they can go out and perform, man. Because I'm going to tell you how I know I'm right about this. Rest in peace to the legendary, late, great Frankie Beverly. Come on now. And thank God I was privileged enough to go and see that brother when he was alive, okay? Outstanding performer, amazing band. And even when his voice wasn't the same as it was, you always got a decent show with Frankie Beverly and Mays, huh? Now, did we or did we not support him? That brother stayed going on tour, man, with people support from the community, right? Come on now. Where my Frankie Beverly people at here? The people that's old enough to that, because some of y'all young folks may not know nothing about that. But see, you see what I'm saying, though, right? So it is doable. It is doable for them to actually still be able to go out on tour and come to people and promote what they got going on so they don't have to be selling out. See, these other cultures and groups, they don't have sellouts in their community. And if they try it, they know it's going to be short-lived. The people going to stop supporting them. Huh? So no, like I said, it's going to hurt some people feeling tonight, but this needs to be said. Let's let it continue.
Bronx culture. All the shit that made hip-hop, the building blocks of hip-hop, it was formed in the Bronx. The first popular DJs, DJ Kool Herc, Bronx cat. The first turntablist, Flash, Bronx cat. The first guy to do the scratch, Grand Wizard Theodore, is a Bronx cat, right? The first MC, you're looking at him. I was born and raised in the Bronx, Monsignor Hospital. The Bronx culture is hip-hop culture. So,
okay, so now everything you said was true. Here's the problem that some of you New York cats have, and I got to call this out for what it is. God damn it, I got to get this out off my chest tonight. Everything he said was true, but hip-hop is a Black American creation, and it had its roots down here in the South. Who you think brought that shit up there? When our family members was moving from the South to the North or what have you. Not just down here in parts of Georgia, but here, South Carolina, North Carolina. Come on now. So yes, the people in the Bronx that you talking about, they were Black people. You didn't show a whole bunch of Hispanic people, Asian folks, white people, Black. And see, you old sellout, Sambo-ass boomer bastards, you afraid to stand up and be Black. You think you got to mix Black in with something else. See, I said this on X earlier. All this whole, when people mention us, that's something we're going to have to get strict about, to the point that we let these people know we find that highly offensive. When you say Black, you don't tack Black and Hispanic or nothing onto it. We don't have the same struggle in this country. Them other groups in political power don't advocate for us, don't put no Black in a goddamn thing. It's just us by ourselves. And that's something we're going to have to get serious about. See, these old niggas like this, they sit up here and they want to sell out to be laying up with these so-called exotic folks, mostly Latinos, okay? You know what I'm saying? Or the dudes, as far as some of the chicks. But we talking about these men today because, see, we supposed to be the standard bearers and set the rules on gatekeeping the culture, okay? That's the way it's supposed to be. When you see dudes like this trying to blend it in and now we got to water down our history, I want you to understand why this is so serious and why I'm finna go so hard in the paint on his ass. Like I said, I'm speaking for me. I ain't telling nobody else what to do, but this needs to be called out the right way. Let me tell you something, man. You go to Japan right now and try to get them to say that they shouldn't say Japanese people started any given thing in their culture that they started. Do you think they would let that shit slide? You go down to parts of, South America. Any people that's of Hispanic origin, you think they're going to let you take them out of something that they created? You go to the continent of Africa. They're not going to let you erase them out of anything they created. You go down to parts of the Caribbean, Jamaica, Haiti. They're not going to let you erase them out of anything they created. Look how they raised so much hell about that Jubei, that liquor brand that Michael B. Jordan wanted to come out of. He was just going to name the liquor brand after it. And then who was the main one that hopped their little raggedy ass up talking about, oh, you can't do this or that? Nicki fucking Minaj. The bitch that had to come up here to get her whole career started. See, we're going to make these people put respect on our names because all of them that's from outside of our lineage, they couldn't get shit popping at home and become multi-millionaires and billionaires. They had to come over here and get accepted by us and propped up by us, emulating something we did. Oh, yeah, we going to tell the whole truth over here tonight. So, Millie Mill, you don't have the authority to water down our culture and remove us from that. See, here's the problem with him and his kind also, because I'm saying kind, because he's not one of us when you're doing this. And we got to make that clear. The problem is, think about it from the standpoint, I'm going here again, from a warfare standpoint. If you got an opposing force that's trying to wipe the other side out, okay, and the other opposing force on the other side of the battlefield, and then you can say, okay, look, they got their position pretty much fortified. We can't really get in there head on. But hell, if we can get a couple of their people to turn on them, hey, they can do the job for us. You see what I'm saying? Now, does it make sense why I'm going so hard in the paint on his ass? You don't sit here and allow people like this to betray us as if it's not a big deal. This has been going on throughout history. I want you to think of all the things that we've lost as a people. Foundation of Black American freedmen because of traitors and turncoats. Look at what happened to Fred Hampton. Sellout Negro betrayed him. Malcolm, Martin, the list could go on and on and on. Every time you turn around, it's some goofball sellout like this nigga, because I want you to understand that's that mentality that you looking at. Even though we're talking about hip hop, this is that mentality. This is dangerous. It is not to be coddled. It's not to be played with. It's to be made highly offensive. And if Negroes like him want to go out here and pull this, we got to make them pariahs in the community. That's the only answer to that. You don't stop something from happening over and over again unless you set a hard line in the sand and say, okay, if you choose to do this, this is a permanent line in the sand. You ain't coming back from this. Just like we giving Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe that treatment, you can get that word too, Millie Mill. Answer X, I ain't forgot about Toothless, okay? Yeah, I'm going here because he fits into that same category. Bunch of damn sellouts, man. You got the right one. You old boomer bastards have picked the right time to show your ass because now, starting with Generation X, we gonna draw a line in the sand and make sure no further do you pass with that bullshit. Let's let it continue.
So the fact that if you got two different sides arguing about the culture of hip hop, you didn't even say none of the Bronx guys' name. Like it's like all this we shit. Like you French? Who's all the we? First.
No, I got to ask you, are you French? Why are you trying to include all this we as if we did it together? All these other people that were not creators of hip hop. Now we need to ask you that question. And see, let me go in and say it again. Because I wasn't clear on it. This whole the Bronx stuff, you don't own the authoritative decision-making on telling the story of hip-hop. You don't. I know that's a hard pill for some of them to swallow, but it's time for us to let you know. And look, I'm going to go here with it. Oh, I'm going to make some permanent enemies tonight, more than likely. Let me tell you something. Even if that was the case, you lost the right to damn champion that and dictate the narrative. You know why? Because look at how a lot of you motherfuckers are moving up there. You got all these, this is where your Fat Joes come from. Got them running around talking about nigga this, nigga that. And I can't forget them off-coast, West Coast niggas too, for the ones that it applied to. If it ain't you, I ain't talking about you. But then the two main places where you got China Max and Fat Joe's running around kicking it around other black people saying nigga, 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 and everything is cool. For all the shit that people talk about the South, we don't play that shit down here. You ain't gonna never see them run around like that down here because everybody ain't gonna tolerate it. Like, hey man, nah, don't bring that bullshit down here. Huh? So yeah, I'm going there. Even if you considered yourself the authoritative thought leaders on the origin of hip hop, nah, you too irresponsible with it. Cause you got Negroes like this in front of you trying to include everybody in something that they didn't create. And then you got that off-code problem where it's got so bad to now this is why you got your Daniel Pennies and shit running around there thinking it's cool to just do whatever. Now I get it. There's a lot of tethers up there. And we got some solid on-code brothers and sisters up there in New York. I know them. I respect them and I salute them. But see, we got to call out these things for what it is. And see, let me tell you something. Everybody and their mama got so much to say about Atlanta this, Atlanta that, Atlanta that. Okay, cool, no problem. We need to address all the problems, but I need you to see the shit that's in your backyard, just like you see way down here in Atlanta, talking about mostly trivial shit. What about these big-ass problems you got? Where you got your artists on songs with other people, Mexicans, talking about nigga this. Oh, hell no. So no. We gonna set this shit straight. And I told y'all, I don't give a damn who don't like it. When it comes to getting this culture the way it's supposed to be, the South is gonna be an integral part in doing that. As long as brothers like me are still around, let's let it continue.
First of all, whoever's speaking about that, you wasn't even there. I'm there. I'm 16, 17 years old. I'm looking at Herc and them. If you want to talk about hip hop culture and have it being beneficial for somebody, then why ain't he supposed to benefit Herc? Why you can't ask Kaz or somebody? Ask somebody that was there. You're just going to take it upon yourself. Oh yeah, well, so and so started the culture. At the end of the day, the people wasn't even really behind hip hop like that. You want to know who was behind hip hop in the very beginning? Bronx was behind hip hop.
See, this is the thing right here that pisses me off. These Negroes have turned the Bronx into some fucking fantasy land or fairy tale where this wellspring of the culture just bloomed out from that. Let me tell you something, man. Anybody all over this country that's got grandparents or elders or what have you, when it comes to what would be known as hip hop, that's spread by word of mouth, by the grapevine, as we used to say, all over the place. The dances, the culture, the lingo, the fashion. It didn't just stay right there in the Bronx. All this, you wasn't there. We didn't have to be physically in the fucking Bronx to participate in what would become hip hop. That was nationwide amongst black folks. Hell, when you travel, before the internet and all of this stuff, okay, for the people that were alive during the early 70s and late 60s, hey, when you travel to go visit your cousin, your family from other places, it was a new dance going on. You brought that down there to them or up there to them. Huh? Come on now. What I'm saying can be verified. So no, Negro, I don't know what Latina he land up with, but I'll be damned if you gonna pull this bullshit while I have a microphone. Oh, hell no. Everybody else can coddle you and give you kid gloves treatment. I despise this bullshit here. We have lost too much because, see, you got to understand my position on this. And this, man, even more than just my position, I want the young people to understand what you do when you have people like this trying to just give away our culture. You better look back at history and see how much that has cost us, how much we have lost. And if the men don't stand the fuck up and say, no, this is some bullshit, your ass is off code. We're not going to let you get away with this. The truth is going to be told. And if it need be, hey, man, just like we give you honor and praise, we can turn on your ass and make you a pariah to the community. Because now if you're going to be helping the people that's trying to rob us and erase us out of our own culture, you can't be considered a brother or sister. Do you hear what I'm saying to you on this microphone, ladies and gentlemen? We got to come out of that bullshit where we want to coddle people that's trying to slit our throats. That's not healthy. That's something we've been conditioned to accept. And I say it again. Yes, we have a beautiful humanity about us. We some of the most loving and compassionate people on the planet. But we got to make sure we understand when to limit that compassion too and when to cut it off. And it's far time for us to let those even in our lineage know that when you turn on us and you go help people that's trying to harm us, You are no longer considered family. Let's let it continue.
Who was in the parties, and you had a couple of people from the outer boroughs, and they came in, but the whole thing happened in the Bronx. This whole conversation is supposed to benefit the true founders and builders of hip hop, but you never even asked them. Did you ask Herc? Did you ask Biggs, or did you ask Flash? Well, yo, Flash, what do you think about? Oh yeah, foundational Black Americans. We was Afro Americans probably back then. We wasn't even it was no foundational Black Americans. It wasn't the people wasn't behind hip hop other than the people that went to the jams in the Bronx. And
now, see, this is some real snake shit. And again, I'm speaking for myself. And my brother Tariq didn't ask me to do this or say this, but because I respect that brother, I know people that brother have helped personally. That brother has a long track record of doing things for people in the community. And I have personally witnessed, I won't speak on personal issues or situations that I know about, but I have personally witnessed this man help people that have stabbed him in the back. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. For those of you that have never, met Tariq or had a conversation with the brother or worked with him, that brother really will give you the shirt off his back. I know the brother, like everybody, we all got our flaws. We all have disagreements with people. But I'm telling you, that's a good man, dog. That's a real good brother right there, man. I'm talking about one of the most solid friends you could ever have if you get to the point where you could earn, being called the brother's friend. Good person, man. And I do not like seeing people that I'm friends with or good people in the community have themselves disrespected when they go out their way to do good things for people. Because see, that whole foundational Black American thing, that's how I know you got with Fat Joe. And he gonna prove it out of his damn lying ass mouth here in a minute. But see, let me tell you something, man. I want y'all to consider, and I'm not just talking about Tariq when I say this, I'm talking about anybody that is out here stomping for us that's on code. I ain't talking about people that's doing things on one hand and then doing underhanded shit to people in the community on the other hand. I'm talking about straight up brothers and sisters, okay? So I want to be clear in my language. I want you to think about how when you have people that have, the track record of doing things for people in the community, even going on back to the likes of Malcolm, Dr. John Henry Clark, Martin, whoever you want to name in the community, okay? Dr. Francis Chris Wilson, Ida B. Wells, any of our riders, okay? Sister Soldiers. I'm naming old and new. Y'all get the picture, right? You think about how those that put their literal lives on the line and their resources, spending time away from family, doing things that they don't have to be doing when they could just focus on whatever God-given talent they have and be multimillionaires and just live life carefree. You think about how that makes those people feel when they go out their way to do a good thing, not just for themselves, but for the culture as a whole. And then you have snake-ass niggas like this turning around, biting the hand that basically fed them and is trying to help their ignorant asses. Do you know how strong of a brother or sister you got to be to get up every day and have to deal with shit like that on multiple occasions and still say, you know what? Yeah, that's fucked up. That hurt, but I'm going to still do this for my people. Let me tell y'all something, man. And again, that brother didn't ask me to say this, but I got to speak on what I know. I don't like that shit, man. Because see, and while I'm talking about it, I ain't gonna name names, but y'all saw the people that really did support Microphone Check that had major platforms when it came out. Now, the problem that I had with that is, okay, anytime they had something going on, brother Tariq be the first one to promote it. Hey, go over here and check out Woo the Woo. Hey, go over here and check this out. Oh, that brother sister doing good work. But as soon as he trying to do something to benefit the whole of the culture and get the truth straightened out, oh, everybody act like they didn't see that. And they know who they are, and that's fucked up too, man. See, that's a part of the problem over here in our culture and our lineage. When you have your riders going out the way to try to do things for the people, man, especially that's going to last generations so that we don't have to deal with people trying to erase us out of our culture. And then you have people trying to backbite it and then turn around and undercut that. No, we got to set a zero tolerance for that, family. Now, I get it. Like I said, what he's done in history can't be erased. But I tell you what can be erased. You can lose our respect. Millie Mill and any motherfucker like you. You can lose it now. That ain't something that's cemented permanent that's just going to stay no matter what you do. We're going to give you a pass. Fuck that. This is a cultural war. These people are trying to erase us from history and literally, and you gonna help them? I don't want no ignorant motherfucker like that next to me and I'm gonna call them family. Hell no. You could have made whatever point you wanted to make without trying to take that little slick ass shot at Tariq. You could have did that, bro. Cause see, when you came at and you use that term, you disrespect the whole lineage. Never mind just Tariq. You tried to talk about our lineage and they wasn't even called that then. You know that that's what our lineage is, though, no matter what we was called back then. And see, this is why we have the term now to label ourselves accordingly, the right way, where other groups can't latch on to our lineage like they've been doing all this time, which has caused us so many problems. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. Huh? So you boomers, I'm telling you now, this is the last straw with you motherfuckers. For those of you that's off code, we finna draw a hard line on your asses. All this shit just because you old and you think people not gonna check you the hard way, I'm not one of them. We not playing with your asses no more. Now, if all you want to do is just go off into the sunset and be a bootlicking sellout with no pride, you don't give a fuck about no future generation, you free to do that. But you're not gonna hinder the future. Oh no, that you will not do. Now, you got two choices. You can sit down and shut the fuck up and die a dishonorable death, or you can raise hell and try to stand in the way of the future, and we can put your asses back in your places. Let it continue.
And let me just say this: when hip hop was first spoken, like in the connotation of it being something, it wasn't even a term of endearment. People, this is what people used to say. Now we just called it. We was just jams. We was just out in the jams. We jam. So now people would come up to me and say, Mel, you know, you got to get a job because that hip hop shit ain't going to last forever. That was the first term that involved hip hop. That's what people used to say. And after that, then it became something. After it became a culture, then it became a positive term. So the point that you're trying to make is pointless because first you wasn't there. It was only Bronx cats in the very beginning. All this hip hop culture is real.
Black people, you prideless motherfucker, you black people, black. We are not gonna let you erase us out of our culture. And just because you've decided to get paid off or whatever you're trying to gain, we're not gonna allow you to do that. Black. That's who the black people in the Bronx were. They were black. I've never seen, look, let me talk to these off-code boomers even more so than I have already. At the end of the day, and I thank God I didn't have them in my family on either side, because see, this is why I'm so pissed off about it. This shit is alien to me. The legacy of older people that have integrity usually is to say, okay, I've done my time as a young person, but now in my later years here, how am I going to be remembered? What do I want my legacy to be, first and foremost, to my family and my community? And you don't leave a positive legacy by being a damn sellout. See, do y'all know I've spoken on this in previous broadcasts about the get the bag mindset? Anything to get the bag, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. Okay, at what cost do you get the bag? Huh? You trying to tell me that getting the bag, even at the cost of selling your people out and giving our culture away, that's supposed to be cool too? Huh? Where do we draw the line? How look, you boomers, you off-code motherfuckers, how much do you think we supposed to let you keep doing to slit our throats? You already fucked up and pissed away most of the damn wealth where you're not leaving things down to the greater majority of people. Now, that's not everybody's situation, but it's a lot of people's situation. Thank God I didn't have that situation. The elders in my family on both sides did the right thing by the youth. And Lord knows I thank them for it. They're no longer here in my family, but damn it, they set us up and they was responsible with what they did. And they left a standard and a legacy for the rest of us to live up to when our time comes, Lord willing. See, you have to really put it into that context because, see, again, this is not a harmless thing he's doing here. You think about it. When you see the greater majority of your lineage and your people saying, hey, man, we taking a stand against these culture vultures and people trying to erase us out of what we created, and then you gonna hop your goofball ass up and go against the grain on that, well, then you over there with them. It's as simple as that. This shit ain't complicated. It's not. And we gonna have to start making sure that just like Fat Joe got booed in Chicago, the next time this motherfucker here show up somewhere, everybody need to boo his ass too. And let him know, hey man, nah, you earned this. And see, for anybody that think I'm harsh, nah, I'm gonna say it again. You get what you earn. You going out your way to sell us out and be disrespectful, and that is not a harmless thing. So if the next time you show up somewhere, people don't show you no love, you work hard to get not shown love. Hell, you had it. Let's look at it from a common sense standpoint. Before he started running his mouth and being disrespectful, he had all the love in the world from the community. Nobody was talking bad about this man. But now you're going to jump up and hop up on the wrong side of history defending a white Hispanic, and you're going to see what he call himself having a problem with that. Hell, that's the truth. That's what Fat Joe is. He's Puerto Rican and Cuban, a white Hispanic. He identifies as that on his paperwork. But yet later you're going to see he going to tell you he got a problem with that. How you got a problem with the truth, jackass? It's insanity, man. Like I said, the choice is his, though. The choice is his because, like I said, gone are the days where we let them pull that bullshit. We should have been checking their asses a long time ago. But due to the way that most of us was raised, we were taught to respect our elders. But see, again, we got to clarify this term elder. Elder don't mean just you get old and now you an elder. Elder is an earned, maintained, honorable title by how you carry yourself with your dignity and your standards towards your family and your community. Elders don't sell their people out. Bottom line, let's let it continue.
Bronx culture, but with culture, see, everybody could do it. So I'm not saying that everybody's not in on it. You are in on it. But it all started with the basic three crews: Flash, Bam, Perk. Then you get into the numbers group. The fearless, you know, the furious, you know, the treacherous, breakout, you know, the funky four. Then it goes to everybody else. But by then the table is set. All the original B-boys, they from the Bronx. Even the music where they say, oh yeah, hip hop is black music. It's Bronx music. Everybody.
That doesn't even make any fucking sense. You gonna say that hip hop is not black music, it's Bronx. I mean, see, because he's trying to do this to include the goddamn Latinos in on this. I wouldn't be surprised if he got with Dr. Cologne and all the rest of them too, Fat Joe. They probably slipped him a couple of dollars. Oh, and that's all it took for his ass to flip. God damn it, you old ass sellouts. Before you do that, shit, won't you come to your people if you need a bag? Damn. You get sick of this shit every time we trying to make progress. You got some sellout amongst us that's run up here. No matter what progress we make, you trying to hit us off at the pass and drag us back behind. Them days are over with. It's going to be harsh punishment for that shit from now on. Nobody finna let that shit slide no more. So you trying to say that it was Bronx music, not black? How? How was it not black music? Everything about it, it was black culture from region to region of this country where our people are. When you look at what they talking about Bronx stuff, look at all the different elements. Let's just talk about the dances and stuff. That didn't just stay up there in the Bronx. A lot of that was brought from different parts of the country for the very reason I just spoke on earlier in this broadcast. People got family in other states they was going to visit, especially during the summertime. It's a lot of different elements from all over the nation that went into what you call the Bronx. So no, this whole shit gonna go away about this. The Bronx is the only people that held the right. You wasn't there. No, that shit is incorrect. We are not going to allow that to stand. Let's let it continue.
Everybody else's song, the go-to song in all the other boroughs, it was Love is a Message. The Bronx was playing Apache. That's what we was doing. Catch a Groove, all that. And if you look at the groups, the greatest, as far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest hip hop songs ever, which is Apache, it was a bunch of white boys and maybe one black guy.
Okay, and who did they get it from? We didn't get shit from them. See, this how you know not only have he been talking to Fat Joe and the rest of them corporations done got in his ear. See, let me tell you something though, Millie Miller, anybody like you. This is the problem with selling out. You do it for peanuts. Not that there's any proper way to do it or any amount that you should sell out for, but you do it for peanuts. Hell, you would think if you're going to sell out, they would set your ass up, but they don't. You sell your people out for peanuts. That's so embarrassing, and that's pathetic. I don't know how niggas like that can look themselves in the mirror when they take that route. So, yeah, we know about Apache and all of that, and we know who was in there. But again, we didn't get that from them. They got it from us. Every single white person or artist that called themselves picking up a mic and rhyming, they got the shit from Black Americans, foundational Black American freedmen. Every non-FBA person that picked up a mic and started rhyming, breakdancing, whatever, they got it from foundational Black American people. And it wasn't just people in the Bronx either. Some of these ignorant ass New York sons of bitches like him make me sick. This is why a lot of people have a problem with some of you motherfuckers, man. Y'all better start checking these people, man. This off code shit, because see, that's another thing. Even for the people from the areas that aren't doing this, they sit there and tolerate it instead of checking these motherfuckers just because they from the New York area or whatever. Like, no, man. It's a brand new day. Everybody's going to do their part to keep this culture where it's supposed to be, or you're going to be called out if you don't. Simple as that.
Most of the beats when Run DMC did Walk This Way, that was a hit 10 years hip hop wise. It was new to the public at large, but hip hop wise, that's what we was doing. It was Bronx music that everybody else built a living around, and everybody else made even more popular than what it was. But it all started out. It was the X. And everybody took this. Wakanda took that. That was the Bronx. Look at the nickname of every other borough: Crooklyn, Moneymaker Manhattan, Shaolin. The Bronx was what? The boogie down Bronx. We was partying. I'm still a party. I ain't even go home yet from last night. This is what we do. So going back to what I'm saying, to have this whole thing racialized, hip hop is not divisive like that.
Listen, man, the fact that Black people started it, yes, that has race in it because we're Black. This whole thing about it's not divisive. Let me tell you something, man. Melly Mills and the rest of you. This whole thing about we not supposed to be divisive or what have you, why is it y'all don't tell that to these other people that's outside of our lineage and our race? Why we always got to be the people that keep everybody together at the expense of our own dignity, our own intellectual property, our own well-being to a certain extent? Anybody ever ask that question for the people like, man, you going harder? Yeah, I'm going harder. A lot of people ain't going hard enough on this type of treasonous bullshit. It's a brand new day, man. Ain't nobody finna play this shit, man, allowing this shit to slide no more like this. Again, why are we expected to be the only ones that's talking about unity at the cost of things that are detrimental to us, huh? You ask yourself that question and see if that make any sense. Let's let it continue.
We wasn't counting ahead. Oh yeah, okay, 9 niggas and 3 Puerto Ricans. We wasn't doing that. We wasn't looking at people like that. Sha Rock, the first female MC that really, she rocked with her. I didn't look at her like she was a broad.
Shout out to MC Sha Rock, okay? We didn't have to count people. It was already established. Look, here's how you simplify this nonsense. Every one of these other groups, particularly the Puerto Ricans, that's what they all be talking about out there in the Bronx. Every one of these other groups that did come around, they had to come to us. See, think about it. Remember the lie that Fat Joe told, we created hip hop 50-50. Okay, if that was true, why don't they have stories of, hey man, this is what we Puerto Ricans and what Cubans or whatever were doing, and the Black people had to come over to us to get this from us? You don't have no stories like that because that shit didn't happen. They came where we were and took back what they saw us doing and tried to emulate it. They were the first students of hip hop. That's what you can say. But as far as creating something, look, If you participate in something, that doesn't mean you created it. Huh? Participate and create are two different things. I hate to break it to you, but that's just a fact. So for this old sellout here to be a part of the history and know it, but you gonna sell out to spare people's feelings or because you want to be accepted by them Latinos up there, and let's call it what it is. A lot of them are controlling a lot of these radio stations and stuff like this. And see, let me go here while I'm mentioning that. This is something that I'm one of the few people you hear say this way. I have to salute James Brown. Now, why am I going there? James Brown was one of the few people that said, okay, you know what? I need to start trying to own things. Let me go ahead and get my own pressing company and distribution or what have you so I can get this done myself. We saw what Sam Cooke was trying to do and they killed that brother. I don't care what nobody say. But the importance of ownership. Now, why am I bringing this up now? Family, we wouldn't have a problem. All the money, especially in the modern era. Let's never mind the past for a second. We're going to set the past to the side. We talking about the modern era where hip-hop artists, okay, R&B singers are making more money than they've ever made than any other generation before them. Why was nobody trying to say, hey, some of us need to buy or build our own radio stations? Huh? That way you ain't got to worry about, okay, man, I can't say this or the Hispanics ain't going to play my records. Huh? We should have our own radio stations. All of them could have come together to do this. And can't nobody argue what I'm about to say. All that money they've been making. Come on, man. Should have our own radio stations. Should have our own black-owned distribution companies. Okay. We should have our own venues. That's right. We should have venues that we own and don't sell to nobody. Huh? Enough time. When you look at where hip-hop is now, 40, 50 years old, okay? It's mature enough as far as the financial part. If you look at everybody that's partaking in it, that's getting major money, you gonna tell me that what I just said isn't a reality? Now, yeah, sure, they're gonna always try to sabotage things, but they love to tell you how powerful they are and all these connections they got. Okay, well, it's time for you to flex that. Bottom line is when you're in an ownership position, you don't have to come out and bootlick like this because, see, think about it now. If we were in that position, like I just said, and everybody had sense enough to come together and do what I was talking about, it would definitely be unacceptable for a Millie to jump out here and try this. But I posit to you this. A coward like this would even find a way to do it then. All it would take is just him trying to lay up with some Latino chick. Huh? Yeah, it got to be called out for what it is, man. Because why on one hand would you sit here and be in a documentary that's trying to protect your legacy and beyond for the younger generation, then you gonna hop on and flip to the other side and start trying to act like you didn't tell, because it's all you done. I already told the truth in the documentary. Microphone check for those that don't know the documentary I'm talking about. You already told the truth, so you can't walk that back. No matter, look, anything you say now, Millie Mill, makes you look like the liar that you are and the dishonest coward that you are. So I don't know what you're trying to achieve. So is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to throw away your legacy and your integrity to your people just to find favor with them folks that wouldn't spit on you or piss on you to put you out if you was on fire? Is it really worth it? And I'm saying that not just to him. I'm saying that to everybody in my chat room, everybody listen to this live, everybody listen to it on the playback. Before you sell your people out, look yourself in the mirror and say, is what I'm about to do gonna be worth the respect of my family, my community, and my legacy after I'm gone from here? Ask yourself them questions before you consider selling your people out. Let's let it continue.
He was a good MC. When I first seen Crazy Legs B-Boy, and for those who don't know, I started out as a B-Boy. And I'm a second generation B-boy. It was guys that Trixie and Southside and them, they was B-boying years before, I was a kid. I was, when I'm 13, 14, it was B-boys. When the first time that I seen Crazy Legs, I didn't say nothing about Puerto Rican. I just said these guys, they hell of a B-boy. Let me find something else to do. And then we started MCing. You see what I'm saying? It's not a thing to be divisive. That whole thing.
Us acknowledging who we are and taking ownership and being proud of what we create is not divisive, you ignorant motherfucker, you. I'm so sick of these sellouts like him. You prideless maggot. I'm going to call you what you need to be called. You don't see no other groups of people trying to downplay who they are. Think about it, family. Let me just make it extra simple for you. Whether it's on Twitter or any social media space or in the real world, every one of these immigrants over here are doing what? They swinging their flag all over the place. Oh, they've immigrated over here. Some of them have naturalized and got their citizenship. And if you hadn't, your ass is finna be out of here soon. Now the orange man is in here. That's right. Hey, call ICE, call them more than twice. But for the ones that are naturalized and are legally over here, they still swinging them flags to a place that they ain't gonna never go back to. Do it look like they're ashamed of who they are and where they're from? Every 5 minutes, they can't wait to tell you, oh, hey, Latino pride, you know what I'm saying? And whatever you want to name it, Asian pride, all of them swinging their flag all over the place. But yet, we supposed to be the only people, don't say black, nah, that's divisive. So you being divisive. Do you see what kind of Sambo-ass slave mentality that is for any Negro to be sitting up here trying to downplay your blackness? The minute that you say black or just say, hey, this is us exclusively, this is what we done, or just the mere celebration of the fact that this is what we have contributed to, oh, we got to downplay that in order to have unity with people. Let me tell you something. If that's what unity requires, you can take that shit and shove it up your ass. I ain't going to downplay my lineage or my blackness for no damn body. It ain't a piece of pussy on this earth. It ain't no amount of money that you can hand me. It ain't nothing that you finna give me to make me ashamed of being a foundational Black American freedman man in America, no matter what I accomplish or what I do. Hell, I wasn't ashamed of that when I was in the military. Ain't gonna be ashamed of it with anything else that I've ever done in my life and got accolades and achievements for. Okay? Any martial arts tournament that I won, I was proud to be a black man doing it. You understand? I don't downplay my blackness for nobody. You better not let your babies get into a habit of thinking that they have to be ashamed of being black or to be unified or have camaraderie with somebody you can't acknowledge who you are. You just think about how sick that sounds. See, somebody need to tell this Negro that to his face. And we're going to get to that too. I'm glad I brought that up because he finna say something else here coming up that I'm definitely going to address. Like I said, I'm going to make a lot of people mad with this tonight. Let's let it continue.
We got to put all that on the back page. Who's Puerto Rican, who's black. You know what I mean? That's not the issue. And the glory is supposed to go, like I said, to the creators. I can sit here and say, I built the pyramid, and Hotep and them built the pyramid. I ain't built shit. If you could say black people build hip hop, you didn't build shit. You looking at one of the guys that did it. And I'm telling you what it is.
Let me check his ass right now. Let's talk about building something, okay? Especially from the aspect of hip hop. When you say you building something, let's start with a physical structure like a house. You got to lay your foundation. Then you got to look at your blueprints and everything, okay, to see how you're going to set everything up that goes into the structure of the house, on up to the roof, the wiring on the inside of it and everything. Everybody that had a hand in that process was a builder of that house. You understand? From the person that wrote the blueprints to the electricians, the plumbers, the cement masons, the woodworkers and carpenters, everybody that had a hand in that had different jobs, but they are part of building that house. Now, when you apply this to hip hop, we didn't have to be there or be a b-boy or a rapper to help build it. The simple fact that we bought the records, danced to the music, went to the shows, and was actually giving you, Melly Mel, the reputation that you have now by supporting you, that too is a part of building hip hop. See, sometimes when these bastards like this get to talking, they just say shit without thinking. We don't do that over here on this platform. I keep telling y'all, man, I'm not the nice guy over here in these new black media spaces. I don't sit here and counter these damn traitors when they do this bullshit. So no, everybody that had a hand in keeping the culture alive was a builder of it. That goes right now in the modern era. Because without the people that support it, you don't have a career or a reputation. You don't. I'm going to take it on further. Even though today, a lot of them, their audiences are white folks when they go to their concerts, mostly, unless they go to specific cities or venues. Even then, if we didn't support you and give you the credibility that you have, they wouldn't come to see you. And they know that too. But see, I'm going to tell you something, family, it's probably time for us to really show them the truth of that. See, we just like Fat Joe got booed recently, we're going to have to start applying that to some of these sellouts in our lineage too. Like, okay, you think that you at a point where you don't need us and you could just go rogue? Cool, no problem. When you make that decision, you better make sure that you land in a comfy spot, because now this door is going to permanently close. See, I know it's hard for a lot of our people to understand what I just said, but you better think about where you want this culture to go. We're going to have to kick certain people out and close these doors permanently when they start doing this treacherous bullshit like this. There must be a punishment for this treacherous behavior. Let's let it continue.
It's not a divisive thing. It's not a thing that's supposed to bring people apart. It's not a thing where it's all this friction. It's a thing that, you know, we jamming, we partying, we all in the same room together, we all on the same stage together. Of course, it's competition, but at the end of the day, you know, it is music. I'm going to address the 300-pound white elephant in the room. What do we do about Fat Joe? And the answer is not a thing. You do the same thing that when he said that did when he said it around.
Now, family, did y'all hear what this bastard just said? I want you to look at his face, too. See, I got to pause right here for a reason. I want you to take a good look at him. What do you do about Fat Joe? Not a damn thing. See, you boomers, you get smoked from Gen X in particular for this very fucking reason right here. You don't have any old Asian, white, Hispanic, East Indian, Arab, or white person, etc., that will sit up here and do this to their people. When their people are disrespected, they come out full force, unified, saying, hey, we not tolerating this. We don't care whether you meant it or in a different way or not. You crossed the line. Oh, but when you look over here in our community, we got Melly Males. You gonna tell us that a white Hispanic can call us the N-word, call us broke niggas and disrespect our lineage, and we not supposed to do a damn thing about it? Have you lost what passes for your fucking mind? Maybe you have, but that's something that you gonna carry on your own. That's not gonna be the standard for the rest of us. See, this is why a lot of you boomers, man, are gonna be forgotten in the ash heap of history. And if you are remembered, you're gonna be remembered as a stumbling block and the greatest hindrance to our people ever. For those of you that think like Millie Mill. Now, if that's not you, I'm not talking about you. But goddamn it, the rest of you that's alive, that's on code, you should be lighting his ass up. He in your fucking peer group. I shouldn't have to say anything about it. You should be so loud about it. It's still a few of you here. If you want respect from future generations, you better join in and do your part, because this is unacceptable. You think about it. That's like, think about it. Everything that Fat Joe said, he basically is telling us, oh, well, you ain't supposed to do nothing about it. No, hell no. I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here on this microphone or offline and tell little black children that you're supposed to be disrespected to your face and people can call you all kinds of N-words and disrespect your lineage, and you ain't supposed to challenge that, or you just supposed to sit there and take that and allow it? And see, here's the other thing. Mount Hoffa is a Caribbean. That's not, and most of them people that was in there when Fat Joe was doing that was not of our lineage. I dare say none of them was. Because they the only goofballs that'll sit up there and kiki and cock out about some shit like that. This is the problem with some of you New York motherfuckers, man. And I don't mind telling you about it, because I don't care about you getting angry at me. You don't want nobody to call you out on this shit? Clean this motherfucking shit up. This is in your backyard. Let's let it continue.
Cause now, you can like Joe, you cannot like Joe. Joe's a Bronx. Joe ain't no outsider. He's a Bronx nigga.
You see what I'm talking about? For anybody like, man, why you getting on New York? You see his stupid ass is sitting up here calling Fat Joe a nigga. See, that's one of the problems with the white boys and everybody running around using that term now. You got stupid Sambos and Sambits like him that will actually call them by that term. Now do you see why this is such a cancerous problem, family? If you are on cold New York brother or sister, I love you to life, but this shit has been gone too far. We don't need no more Fat Joes being produced because of Sambos like this giving them passes and calling them the N-word. You think about it. When you go to check him, that's the first thing come out of his mouth. Well, Melly Mel said that he didn't mind when I said it. We call each other that all the time. This is what we face with here. But we face with it at the right time, though, family. Make no mistake about it. Because now, between Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z that's on code, we drawing a hard line in the sand against this shit. You play with your legacy if you want to. What you did will remain in history, but the respect for you that we have, that will be gone forever if you keep this bullshit up. I promise you that. I will personally see to it and do my part to make sure that's exactly how your ass is remembered, as a disrespectful, gutless, spineless traitor to your people. I have anything to say about it. You keep this up, that's exactly what we'll make sure you remember that. So let it continue.
So at the end of the day, if it's a Bronx digging from the crate crew or somebody, you call Joe, you wild and whatever, that's all that internet shit. See, that's that girl shit. You could say Joe, but when you see Joe, you're going to puff your chest up, you're going to get husky and say, Joe, no, you're not.
That's another thing I get sick of with these goofball-ass New York Negroes like this. Remember when I had to check parental.x, okay? All of them seem to have this thing about where they think that the people that are lighting their ass up online won't say that shit to their faces. Let me tell you something. I'm going to speak for my people here in Georgia, and the rest of y'all can speak for y'all, but I know my people here. We will definitely tell you this shit to your face. I don't care if it's a .x, Fat Joe, Melly Mel, whoever the fuck you are. Yes, we are known for being the motherfuckers that will tell you to your face. And most of you that move down here, you know we're like that too. This whole imaginary shit where they got these certain people just because you from New York, oh, you won't tell me that to my face? Really? You better ask some of your folks that moved down here how we get down in Georgia. I'll even throw Alabama in there for sure. Definitely Florida. I don't know where this imaginary shit come from with it, and then to try to gaslight, oh, if you critiquing them, that's girl shit. Nah, that's manhood. Manhood is standing up and standing in the gap when somebody's trying to give your fucking culture away. You don't sit there and let that shit slide and be kikiing and cockeying about that. But see, somebody better check y'all with this shit, man. Maybe he hadn't been down to these parts in a while. Because see, when you stay in a little off-code area where you're running around chasing a tainted taco snatch and letting them motherfuckers call you nigga just for that and you can be bought off, I guess you do think that most other black people in our lineage will sit up there and play that game. It's a different world down here, buddy. It's a completely different world down here. We don't play that shit. This whole goofy shit. You won't tell him that to his face? Okay. All right. You keep thinking that. We will definitely show you better than we can tell you down here. Let's let it continue.
You don't gotta like Joe my nigga. Joe my nigga. Anytime he do something, you see your mailman, come on out here with me. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, anybody could say something you don't agree with. We men. All that internet. Oh yeah, you're gonna pass around a petition. You know, like what the f you gonna send them to Guatemala or something? You're gonna send them to Guantanamo Bay or something? You know, anybody got an opinion. See, really, I don't.
Now, we ain't got to send her to none of them places, but I tell you what, we will send him to fuck up out our culture, and your ass can go with him, Millie Mill. You can go with him. You want to keep your lips wrapped around Fat Joe little white Hispanic ass cheeks, you can get the fuck out the culture with him. We don't need treacherous motherfuckers like you over here in the healthy body of the black community. We don't. You can take Sadat X with you too. You want to throw away your legacy for that white Hispanic that run around talking crazy about black people? That's insanity. His own people, Fat Joe's own people, have come out. Cuban Link, shout out to him. A lot of them coming out talking about how he talked crazy about black folks behind their backs and shit. Some of these same people that's putting the cape on for him with their stupid asses. So we ain't got to send him nowhere to Guantanamo. No, we just gonna send you out of our culture. Fat Joe's getting a taste of that now. See, I'm glad we at this hour of our history because see, all these people that keep talking about, oh, that's just y'all online. But see, every time you say that, things happen offline where we show you. Hell, we got Busta Rhymes doing commercials and that shit now. You saw what happened when he got booed. He had to cancel his whole tour. Keep fucking around with my lineage, Foundation of Black American Freedmen, and thinking we playing with you if you want to. You gonna understand that online shit, that's the warning. Online is like, hey, cut this shit out because now the next time that you go do a show or whatever, we gonna show you what we talking about. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it like this. All this bullshit talking about who won't say what, I'm telling you now, you better stop talking like that because you're going to come to some of these cities and y'all going to be saying that shit and people going to show you just how serious they are about that shit. I'm trying to tell you. I'll put it this way. Keep that bullshit out the South now. Because see, the one thing that a lot of people don't like to talk about down here is, yes, we have a phrase down here that's known internationally, Southern hospitality. It's a beautiful thing to experience. We love to lend that out to people from no matter where you come from. We love to treat you as hospitable, especially Foundation of Black American Freedmen, okay? But now the other thing that people don't tell you about our culture, just like we lend you the most loving care in the world, we can flip that shit in the other direction from 0 to 60 if you disrespect us. That's the rule here. You want to be treated like family and like somebody, you're going to show respect to our people and our culture. So don't come down here talking about who won't say what. And see, I'm going to tell you right now, if you think I'm playing about that, I'm going to give you an example. True enough, the Latin Kings caught up with 6ix9ine when he was down there at that gym in Florida, okay? And rightly so. But you better ask what happened the last time he came through Atlanta. That boy almost not made it out of here. See, a lot of people that's the stuff you don't hear, and I'm going to tell you why. And look, a lot of my people ain't gonna like me saying this, but here's a secret about the South down here in Georgia. The reason why you don't really hear a whole lot about that is because we don't want you to have advance warning when you disrespect us. We want you to come on down here and kick the hornet's nest, and then you figure out, oh shit, it could be hard for me to leave here. A lot of folks ain't gonna like me saying it. They're like, man, why you tell them? Like, hey man, I'm trying to do him a courtesy. Because there's been many people over the years that have come down here and found out that this ain't nothing for you to play with down here. In no part of Georgia where black folks is at. I'm telling you now, man, cut that shit out talking about who won't step to you and say what. Because if it need to be done, it will be done. They're going to have to learn the hard way, though. That's one thing I know about motherfuckers like that. Let's let it continue.
Really have a dog in the fight. I know I was there. I know everybody else that's talking about it wasn't there. But the thing, as far as that personalized it for me, was that I read and it was in one, and they called Joe a white Puerto Rican. I don't know about all that. He's
How your retarded ass don't know about that when all you got to do is look at his parents, look at what he identified on his arrest record. Hell, he's even said it out of his own mouth. And then if you didn't know any of that, can't you look at him and tell? But I guess according to you, since you called him the N-word, you think he one of us, huh? See, let me tell you something in case those of you that are new to this channel or my longtime subscribers, y'all already know this about me. The one thing I do not have patience for and never have had patience for in my lifetime, even as a young man and as a child, I don't have patience for ignorance and stupidity. I don't. I have a slight bit more tolerance of ignorance depending on if it's coming from the age range of a younger person because they can be educated. But full-blown stupidity, willful stupidity, I can't stand that. I don't have any tolerance or respect or patience for that at all. especially when it's levied towards our people in such a way where it harms us as a culture and as a community. No. This must not be tolerated. You don't know about all that. Hell, he's Cuban and Puerto Rican. What's there not to know? His parents identify as white. You seen them pictures of Fat Joe when he was a kid? Hell, he looked like a little white boy. You could tell a little pudgy ass was something else other than white too, if you look. Well, I know what you can't mistake him for, a black person. Because let's just go here. Let's just say you wanted to try to give him the pass, because you can't do it. But I'm going to entertain the bullshit, okay? Let's just say you wanted to try to say, well, he's a light-skinned black man. Light-skinned black people don't call us radical black racists. Huh? It's certain things that even the coons of our lineage don't say about us. Huh? Nah, he over there with them folks. By genetic bloodline, if nothing else. But his attitude is definitely showing that he ain't one of us, and it's showing that he don't have respect for the culture. See, let me go ahead and deal with something else too, because a lot of the goofy tellers are trying to say, well, he wasn't talking about all black people. He was just talking about LBA folks. There's no such thing as respecting hip hop or any part of our culture if you disrespect any part of it. Go try that with Japanese people or Asian folks or whatever and disrespect any part of the culture and then see if they say, well, hey guys, calm down. He didn't mean it about all of us. He was just talking about them particular people. Huh? You go try that and see how that work out for you. Let's let it continue.
Puerto Rican. What do we do about Fat Joe? The same, like I said, the same thing that you did or that the guys did when he said what he said around them. You do the same thing that they did. Not a thing. He said what he said. You agree with it? You don't agree with it? Joe's a Bronx nigga. That's my nigga. Big shout out to Scorp. And big shout out to Peter Guns. And just like in the words of Peter Guns, if it wasn't for the Bronx.
Don't put Peter Guns in your bullshit. No. See, I'm going to hold him to this. He said that Fat Joe is his end. That's what you said? That's the hill you're going to die on too, buddy. I'm going to make sure that nobody forgets that you say this. I don't care how cool I am with nobody. You going to die on this hill. Oh, yes, you are. Ain't no coming back from this. Because, see, we're going to have to start making examples of these treasonous motherfuckers like him, man. So that the next one that jump out the trial, like, hey, man, my people said we don't do this. And if I do this, I know that I'm finna ruin my legacy and I'm going to be made a pariah in the community. See, this is how you make change to stop that shit. Too many people think that we don't have the power to do it. Yes, we do. Oh, yes, we do. Once you cut off the respect and the actual credibility of people from the source, which is us, oh, they'll get some act right. But you're going to have to be willing to make permanent examples of some of these people. So that, because see, this is why I keep saying that. A lot of people say, well, dang, man, why I got to be permanent? When you have a permanent rule, look at the Jewish community. When they label somebody anti-Semitic, they stay that way. Look how they was kicking Nick Cannon teeth in. Look how they tried to come after our brother Kyrie Irving, et cetera, et cetera. You get the point? My point is this. When you permanently close a door, people take you serious then. You be like, okay, look, once you do this with them, ain't no coming back. Every other group has figured that out except for some of us. Let's let it continue.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Everybody ate off this shit. Hey, look at me. I ain't doing bad. I ain't doing bad. Everybody ate off this shit, but if it wasn't for the Bronx, and you gotta remember that, and you gotta respect that. All like I said, we gonna put all this shit on the back page. Y'all could keep doing girls on the internet about who said what or who shot John, but you ain't gonna be husky when you see these niggas. So stop. The hip hop culture.
I'm going to say it again. You better quit saying that. I'm telling Melly Mill. I'm telling Sadat X. You can clip it and send it to him. I'm telling you old niggas, you better stop saying that shit. You going to bring these disrespectful motherfuckers problems they ain't ready to handle. I'm warning you now. You better stop saying who ain't going to do what. You too old to not know this too. That's the thing. There's no fool like an old fool. You know that you playing games with folks that shouldn't be played with. Keep talking about who ain't gonna do what. Now, when you get their ass run up out of city because they pop and fly at the mouth, remember that you were the one that kept telling them, hey, man, them niggas ain't gonna do nothing. Huh? Keep playing. They're gonna learn the hard way.
Is Bronx culture. There is no hip hop. That's second. The initial culture is Bronx culture. It's something that Bronx niggas put out to the world that turned into hip hop. We gave that to y'all. Everybody could win. But
Who's the first MC you said?
You're looking at just a man right here, the legend king himself. I look so good. If you see a better looking 63-year-old nigga than me, you have to bring this nigga to me so I can see him for myself. Other than that, I just gotta keep looking in the motherfucking mirror, baby. This is what it is. That's what, and it's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that way. So like I said, let's put this shit on the back page. Let's get back to what it really is all about. That's the essence. It's from the Bronx. It started in the Bronx. We always going to be a part of this shit because we always going to be the start of this shit. That's the bottom line. And with that thought in mind,
no, the bottom line is we are not going back to the days where we let everybody parasite off our culture. We're going through a phase of parasitic cleansing permanently. Ain't no going back, Melly Mill. Now, you and your kind have a decision to make. You can either keep your legacy intact and continue to have the respect that you have earned, or you can keep going down this path and we will remember your contributions and forever tell the truth about it. But will we respect your bitch ass? Hell no. And we gonna tell you like that to your face if need be. For any one of you off-code motherfuckers. It's got to be men in the culture that put the hammer down and say enough is enough. There's certain things that is not up for debate. There's a time and a place to have civil discussions. I'm all for that. But at a certain point, when you start seeing people try to undermine us like this, then you have to draw the line and say, no, we're not gonna tolerate this bullshit. And I'm one of them people. If you are in this chat room, hey, then you'll stand with me. For those that are not, hey, you'll go over there with Melly Mel and continue to sell out our culture and let people disrespect us as a people until they completely wipe us out of what we created and eventually physically wipe us out. I'll be down. I respect my family and my people and my ancestors way too much to let that occur. So family, I'm going to leave it right there. This will stay up. If they mess with it, you know where you can find it on Patreon. We're going to be cooking with hot fish grease on a number of topics over here. Because like I said, I've got more to address coming up that, like I said, the only place that you're going to hear it said is over here. Some people not going to like it, but at the end of the day, y'all know I'm right. You better look yourself in the mirror and realize where we are as a people. It's time for the men of the culture to stand the fuck up and do our jobs. But that's it. Take care of yourselves out here in this snowstorm. Don't take no unnecessary risks. Salute to you. Black First, we're a great and mighty people, and I will see you all in future content.